Good morning. Good morning. Staying out of prison. 365. No excuses. No unrealistic expectation of others. Man, I just want to touch on this guy, Blue. Blue from Jacksonville. I just want to touch on this guy right here for a second, man. This guy here is funny, man. You know, yesterday I took the time out to really analyze some of these interviews that he done put out. And really, like, man, this guy is funny, man. He's really funny. You know, and he get on here, like Queso Brother said, wearing the man chain, you talking gangster, man, you doing this, you doing that. Then, you know, the main thing that got me when he said that he's willing to die. You know what I'm saying? He's willing to die by whatever he's standing on. But what get me is, if you're willing to die right now, why you really wasn't willing to go lay down and do a little bit of time, and eventually you still was gonna get out. You still was gonna get out. Because you wasn't facing the charges that these boys was facing. You weren't facing the charges these boys were facing. You wasn't accused of what these boys was accused of. You know what I'm saying? They could charge you with anything, but they still got to prove what they saying. And basically, you seen the evidence they had in court, what they was presenting. You already knew who they was gonna use, what they was gonna present, and you still got on the stand on your son, man. Your son, you got on the stand on your son, man. Like, it ain't no way to get around that. It ain't nothing you could say to justify what you did, man. And then you talking about you sending the man money and all that there, man. The man needed you the most in that trial. That's when he really needs you the most. He don't need you now for canteen and, you know, moral support and all that. The one time that you could have stood up for your son, man, and been there for him and be there for him, you let him down. You let him down, Blue. Come on, Blue. That's crazy, man. And Queso Brother, right. You came around when stuff started popping off. You feel me? You was never there, man. You was never there for the man. So how you gonna come in when everything is going on, you know, ride the wave, and then when stuff go down, when these boys get accused of stuff, you know what I'm saying? You want to jump your happy ass on the stand hollering about this and that there. You feel me? It shouldn't have been nothing them people could have said or offered you to make you do what you did, Blue. And now, here it is, you want to capitalize off your son furtherly by doing interviews and making it seem like, oh, boy, I love my son, this and that there. Man, come on, man. Stop it, Blue. Stop it. You need to stop it, man. I did 25 and a half years in prison. And I know how I feel to be behind them walls, man. You know what I'm saying? I know how I feel when somebody, you know what I'm saying, not doing what they supposed to be doing towards you or by you. You know what I'm saying? When you really like, come on, man. It's just sickening to my stomach, man, to see that, okay, man, how you gonna live with yourself the rest of your life knowing that based on your testimony, your son got a life sentence? Them people ain't even, come on, man, them boys winning there, you know, they got accused of what they do. You know, every man should be held accountable for their actions. But at the same time, you have a right to a fair trial by, you know, an impartial jury. So why you ain't let them determine if he was guilty or not? You jump your ass on the stand and give the people something that they didn't have. You feel me? You gave the people something they didn't have. Now you on these interviews talking about this and this and that and that. Man, none of that stuff don't matter, man. None of that stuff don't matter, man. Compared to what them boys were facing, man, you weren't gonna spend the rest of your life in prison. Now you gotta spend the rest of your life in prison while you free, because you can't go certain places, you can't do certain things, certain people can't see you, you can't see certain people. You know, even though, man, you probably gonna make a little money, but whatever man gain What does a man gain if he gain the whole world and lose his soul? Nothing, Blue. Nothing. You played, Blue. Really, really, really. You played, Blue. And I hope that one day you come to your senses and realize that. You feel me? Because now you hollering about, with all due respect for the Muslim community, and whatever you standing on, man. Come on, man. Now you running and hide behind who you is. Okay, if you really believe in what you say you believe in, why didn't you put that faith forth while you was facing them charges? You made that decision. So you telling me whatever God you praying to told you to get on the stand on your son. Answer that question. I heard you say a lot of things in the interviews. I seen you post, got ski masks on, all this shit, da 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 da. Okay, but did Allah tell you to get on the stand on your son? Get back with me. Because I know Allah ain't told you to do nothing like that, but I know he did. That's crazy. I believe in Jesus. And I believe Jesus Christ is the Son of God. You feel me? That's what helped me make it through my time of incarceration. Believing and standing firm on what I believe in. And the word of God even tell me, don't be a busybody in other people's matters. The Bible don't support snitching. You feel me? The Bible don't support that. But guess what? This is something you got to live with, man. You got to live with this here. Don't try to justify what you did. Stand on what you did. Because for every, it's consequences, man. It's consequences behind every person's actions in the world, man. No matter what you do, it's consequences. And I'm not hoping something bad happens to you. I'm just saying, man, just what's your purpose, bro? Like, you did what you did, now you popping back out, making it seem like you did the right thing, bro. You did not do the right thing, bro. This is your son. This is your son. So, how do you even sleep, deal with yourself at night, bro? Like, how do you even lay down in the bed and how do you wake up in the morning knowing that you done did this to your son, bro? Like, you participated with the state to take your son down, bro. What if he innocent? What if he innocent? Ain't no concrete evidence showing his face committing them crimes. What if he innocent? But you did what you did for selfish reasons. Because you didn't want to sit in the cell, but you wanted to sit in them cars. You wanted to sit at them clubs. You wanted to sit around them tables. You wanted to be amongst these boys when they was doing their thing. I ain't gonna lie, man. I really like them boys from Jacksonville, man. I'm from Miami, Dade County, Overtown. You know what I'm saying? I really like, them boys. You know what I'm saying? I think they was a little misguided, but like Young A say, man, when you born into it, that's all you know. So you really can't, fault them boys for, living the way they, living. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to do what you got to do out here. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, okay, check this out, man. Let God be the judge, man. Don't put yourself in position to judge these people. You feel me? Let God do that. Like you say, Allah. Let Allah do that. So if we standing on what we say we standing on, why we ain't letting, that's why, one saying back in the day that say, if God is your co-pilot, switch seats. Sometimes, man, we roll and we moving forward until it's not favorable anymore. We believe until a certain extent. Okay, yeah, God ain't doing what I think he should do. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm going to jump in the driver's seat and I'm going to take it from here. Blue, that's what you did, boy. You talking about you praying to Allah, but you jumped in the driver's seat when it was time for the boys to go to trial. That's what you did. And that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man, that you did that, bro. That's crazy, bro. Like, I was just, this morning, bro, I was just thinking about that. I watched them interviews, man, all day yesterday, just about. And boy, Blue, you is wild, boy. You wild for that, boy. You wild for that, boy. That's crazy, boy. Shout out to them boys, man. Staying out of prison 365. No excuses, no unrealistic expectation of others. I don't support wrongdoing. Let's get that straight right now. I don't support wrongdoing. Well, my thing is, check this out, man. Blue, you ain't had to do what you did, bro. I believe every man should be held accountable for his actions. Accountability. You know what I'm saying? I was held accountable for the crimes that I committed. I did 25 and a half years. I was released since I've been out. Only thing I basically received is a parking ticket. So basically, I'm on the right track doing my thing. But this right here, man, I just had to say something about it because I know how I feel behind the walls to be in that cage like that. This man got an elbow, man. That's the slang for life sentence. This man got an elbow. An elbow? So now this man got to sit in there and fight what his daddy said. You could have been one less person he had to worry about. But you just had to jump your ass on that stand and say what you thought took place. Just to get a deal. Come on, man, you tripping. You tripping, man. You tripping. I'm out of here. Hey, you tripping, bro.